Let's see. Hopefully I'm not too dark. Hey, I'm Vina, the owner of StudioVina.com. Check it out if you haven't already. It's a pole dance website where I not only teach, but there is a community of really awesome people as well. So if you're interested in learning pole dance, head over there, check it out. Yes, you can learn from home. Let me see if I can get a better... There we go, so I'm not in the dark. So today, instead of doing a Thursday broadcast, I'm doing a Wednesday broadcast because it's Hump Day. And while I was picking up the kids from school, I had some thoughts running through my head that I wanted to share. And it had to do with thinking, today's Wednesday. People call it Hump Day. It's kind of one of those days where you just sometimes feel stuck. Like, come on, just get it over with already. You feel like you're stuck. So that's what got me thinking. I wrote down a few little notes so I wouldn't forget, and I wanted to share it with you. So I'm not doing a Thursday broadcast. I'm doing this broadcast today before I forget. So what I want to talk about is what I said. You know, when you've been focusing on something, if it's pole related, life related, workout related, we can get so focused on it that it starts to not make any sense. It starts to just become this blah thing that you start to lose your passion for. And it's very common with pole. You know, we start off and we're like, yay! And then we start to really focus on, oh, I need to get this move or that move. And we lose our passion for it. So one of the first things I want to talk about is changing your focus. So, for example, if you're someone who's been working on a new move and you've been trying it over and over every time you've been, going through your pole session and you're not getting anywhere, it's getting frustrating, change your focus. Move on to something else, because I guarantee that there's so many times that I hear people, they get frustrated and then all of a sudden they leave it and they go and do something else. And they come back to it in a week, maybe even 2 weeks, and all of a sudden, boom, they can get the move right away. Your body has time to think about it, process it. It will remember what you had worked on previously, but we get afraid that if we leave or move on, we're going to forget. The body is much smarter than that. It will remember, and if you take a break and stop focusing so hard on that one thing, then you will be able to come back and all of a sudden you'll be like, I got it. Where did that come from? I guarantee it works so well. Now, it's going to be different if it's something where it's a flexibility issue or a strength issue. Obviously, you need to work up to it, or, if you're dealing with strength and flexibility. But if it's something where it's just a technique, you have the flexibility, you've got the strength, and it's just driving you nuts, take a break, step away from it. That brings me to my second point, which is actually take a total complete break. So again, maybe you're focusing on a particular move, or maybe you've been working through a performance that you're going to be doing, and you've lost your passion for it, or you feel stuck, and maybe you need some pieces to go together that you just can't quite figure out. Don't stress about it. Step away from it. Take a total break from even practicing. So, Bugsy. So instead, step away from your pole or whatever it is. Do something totally different. Make sure that it's still something, especially if you have a performance coming up, or if you have anything like competition. You're still going to want to do something that maintains your strength and your flexibility and things like that. But, for example, if you haven't done yoga for a while, maybe take a yoga class, or try hula hooping or chair dancing, things like that. They will still maintain a lot of what you gain through pole without losing it all, but let you take that step away and enjoy it once you return. Oh, Bugsy, come here. She sees the neighbor dog. Another thing, check your goals. So for some people, it's so amazing to have great goals and be like, yes, I'm totally going to do this, and someday I'm going to, compete at this elite level, and it's going to be awesome. Those are awesome goals, but make sure that it's reasonable. For a lot of us who pole dance, it's not the only thing you do. So to reach an elite level, is it really something that's possible? If it is something you really want, you're going to need to sit down and think about sacrifices you might have to make. If you have a 9-to-5 job, if you're a mom, if you're a student, things like that, these everyday things take up your time. So you're going to have to let go of something in order to, gain what you need to compete at an elite level. So think about, is it reasonable? Is it something that you really, really want to do? Or is it just a cool thought? If you do have something that's maybe a smaller goal, like someday you want to do the splits, make that your large goal. And from that point, go ahead and make smaller obtainable goals. Go ahead and use some of the Studio Vina lessons, the programs. There's a flexibility program. There are a couple different routines that you can follow. There's a flow motion program. Definitely mix it up a little bit. It'll help you get to your goal. Something else that I find helpful for me is if I'm feeling a little bit like ho-hum, I'm not enjoying my pole practice anymore, or whatever it might be, hula hooping, make a video. Take some time, plan it out. It can bring this fun back into it. You can totally post it on Studio Vina, and then other people will get to see what you've thought through and what you've created. It's something that just taking a little bit of time, even if you don't know what it is, even if you don't know what it is you want to do, start with a song and go from that point. Then there's also Venus tips on how to create a routine, so you can totally go ahead and do that as well. Follow along, write down the moves you're going to do, find a cool outfit, and then that can help motivate you to get past that Wednesday hump day feeling when you practice. The last thing I want to cover is to remember why you started. Regardless of what it is you're doing, pole dance, cooking, working out, think back, and I try and do this often, weekly. Think back to why you started, how you felt when you started. What was it that drove you to pole dance? Was it because it was sexy? Was it just fun? Did you find it new and interesting? So write those things down. And definitely think about it. If you write it down, it's something that you can look at every time before you go to practice, so you don't get caught in that loop of, trying to be like everybody else, trying to, maintain the same level of flexibility, strength, all of these things that sometimes pole dancers feel they're expected to have to be a real pole dancer. Go back to what it was that you really felt made pole exciting and fun for you. So hopefully you guys will find this helpful. Like I said, I won't be live on here tomorrow morning. This is not my usual time, but I had a thought and I wanted to, a couple thoughts, and I wanted to get it out for you guys. Feel free to share this. And I'm not sure that I will be on next week either. I'm taking a trip to Hawaii. Maybe I'll do a little quick broadcast there for you guys if I can get decent internet. I don't know. It should be fine somewhere, right? So maybe I'll show you guys the island and be like, woohoo, I'm going to bring some hula hoops and have some fun with those. So, can't bring a pole. Well, that would be a pain to bring a pole on an airplane. But hopefully you guys found this helpful. Feel free to share it. If you haven't yet, check out the website, studiovina.com. There's links all over my profile here. I will try and post a link in the description for you as well. If you're new and you've not ever signed up, definitely check it out. You get 3 days free when you sign up as a new member to see all of the lessons. So you can see what's there, the chair dance, the hula hoop, body weight exercises, pole dance, And yes, you can get started without a pole, and no, you don't have to be flexible, sexy, skinny, any of these things. You don't have to be fit. You can start at any level. That's how I design my program, so anyone can enjoy the benefits of pole. All right, I will see you guys not next week, but the following week for another live. I will chat with you later.